Brazilian private equity firm 3G places Stan Alcorn explains what they see in this Kraft Heinz company.
Mixing even the tastiest foods isn't always a good idea. Companies are the same. Donna Hittrich directs the private equity program at the Columbia Business School and says there's kind of a formula.
For a merger? But whenever you're going to be able to create more value than the companies could do on their own. I mean, that's the essence of it, but the devil's always in the details.
In this case, the details of cutting costs. That's how Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway and Brazilian private equity firm 3G increased profit margins for Heinz after buying it in 2013. Anil Shivdasani is a professor of finance at UNC Chapel Hill.
3G is well known for a very, very stringent cost control.
With this deal, they plan to tighten Kraft's belt by $1.5 billion in the next 2 years. That's roughly 10% of the company's operating costs now. And Shivdasani says we shouldn't sugarcoat what that'll take.
I think there's no question that the issue of layoffs in headcount reduction is going to be front and center.
That's part of it.
Aaron Lash, analyst at Morningstar, says it's not all about firing people and spinning off snack brands.
You know, they're potentially more important to some of their suppliers, so they might be able to negotiate better terms.
They might get cheaper corn syrup, for example, now that they have ketchup and Cool Whip. But Columbia professor Donna Hittrich says all this accounting math only gets you so far.
My MBA students can do the math. The question is, who can exercise leadership to make the math a reality?
She thinks this is where the people matter. And Warren Buffett, sage of Omaha, plus 3G, the drill sergeant of Rio de Janeiro, they make a formidable combination. I'm Stan Alcorn for Marketplace.
Formidable combination is not what anybody would call the Congress of the United States right now, but to Washington we go anyway, and budget season. Various and competing proposals are making their way through the legislative sausage factory, but lost sometimes in discussions of congressional budgets is this. It's non-binding, it's a political document, a statement of principles, if you will, especially one principle in particular this year. How to get around the across-the-board spending cuts that we have come to know and love as the sequester. Yes, it's still around. Marketplace's Tim Fitzsimmons has the story.
Hanging over all these budget proposals and basically anything having to do with federal spending is the Budget Control Act of 2011, also known as the sequester. The government has managed to live under the spending caps it set for itself, kind of. Each year, spending was higher than the cap.
Defense has sort of a safety valve. It has these war budgets, which are not capped the same way.
That's Michael O'Hanlon, a senior fellow at the Brookings Institution. That safety valve he's describing is the Overseas Contingency Operations Fund. The OCO fund is for when America's at war, sort of like it is now with ISIS in Iraq and Syria, but it's being used to pay for other things like non-deployed soldiers' paychecks and benefits, even though it's not supposed to.
And then the question becomes, how far can you stretch the definition of what is an overseas contingency operation?
Todd Harrison, a senior fellow at the Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessments, says all of this misuse of the OCO fund shows that many members want to spend more on defense and discretionary spending.
What that tells us is that